Milo Yiannopoulos similarly described, and again he published this, her repeated assault on a young Brazilian man who worked on her campaign. And he's not alleging here, okay? He claims that it is a fact that he can prove through many messages. Take a listen.
You know, there was
good friends with Laura too.
Well, no, I was not good friends with Laura. I was loose allies with Laura until I met her. And then when I met her properly and spent time with her, I realized she was absolutely mental. I distanced myself very quickly. Well, I distanced myself because she used to force herself on young male volunteers, 20, 21-year-olds. And she would go in the middle of the night, and I mean, some men will find this to be quite titillating. Although,
yeah,
you know,
this sounds kind of good. What is
when you imagine sort of the face of the of the saw doll, you know, just sort of like you pull up the covers and there's the saw doll. I would like to play a game. It's less enticing, but she would climb into bed with these volunteers and them off in the middle of the night. Sorry to use that language, but I did tell you to put your children to bed.
No way. She wouldn't go and sexually assault random guys and just blow them?
Well, I'm telling you because I lived in the pool house with her victim in 2020 who didn't know how to make it stop. He was a young Brazilian volunteer on her 2020 congressional campaign. I know because I helped to run that campaign, okay? Mm-hmm. So don't tell me you don't believe it. I was there. She was creeping into bed with him, and she convinced herself that they were in love. And he was coming to me every day saying, "How do I make this stop?"
You say, "Get off me." I mean, that didn't seem that hard. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you would think that, but this is a young guy who's, you know, I never really understood when people talked about power dynamics in rape before. I was like, okay, fine, either you want the sex or you don't, or whatever. But I kind of got it when this young man, which surprised me greatly, said, well, this was Laura Loomer. I didn't know how to say no. I said, what do you mean it's Laura Loomer? He said, well, she's like Laura Loomer. And I said, what does that mean? He's like, well, she might be a congresswoman. Like, I don't know if it's okay to, like, and so I realized in that moment, especially because it was a man, which was so sort of peculiar and confusing to me. It was bizarre to me, but he meant it, and he was asking me how to make it stop.
There are women who have spoken out and said that this is real, that she has assaulted many men. And like I said, she has never sued any of these people for putting this information out there. Instead, she just blocks them. So the question becomes, why does Donald Trump allow her anywhere near the White House?